Into Penguin Village. This is your resident Dr. Senbei Norimaki, otherwise known as Dr. Slump, and today I'm here to bring you another video review of Dragon Ball Kai. This time it's going to be episode 109. And in this week's episode, we continue from where we left off, where Vegeta was about to face off against Pui Pui. Now, just to let you guys know, this was basically just a Slaughterfest episode. This was really just a comedic-based episode, to be honest with you, and neither of the fights that I'm about to mention had any real substance in them, but basically what happened between Vegeta and Pui Pui is that Pui Pui basically was Pui Pui, and he started to boast, and he fought against Vegeta, and he was getting pulverized. There was no way that Pui Pui could have any type of effect on Vegeta. So basically what Babidi did is that he sent Pui Pui to another world, his home world, which had 10 times more gravity. That's going to help against Vegeta. And he tries to tell Vegeta, yeah, you're screwed. I have 10 times more gravity on this planet. That means you'll hardly be able to move. And Vegeta's like, really? Really, dude? You really don't think I'll be able to move here? And he just proceeds to whoop him even more. And Vegeta is just clearly the dominant fighter. And Pui Pui tries to have one last flail at him, but it really is to no avail because Vegeta just basically goes up against him and blasts him into Kingdom Come. And Babidi, Deborah, and Supreme Kai are absolutely shocked at his power. I mean, Vegeta displayed like, what, 1% of his power, maybe? I mean, Vegeta had no real, like, competition from someone like Pui Pui. But, whatever. Anyway, so we get into the next scene where Babidi is contemplating on who to send out next. And he says that he'll send out the magical beast Yakon. And Yakon is just this giant green beast that starts eating some of the bodyguards like, help me, Babidi-sama, please! And we are led to believe that this creature is terrifying and menacing. So basically Goku's like, I wish they'd come on and hurry up. And Supreme Kai's like, you fool! Why are you waiting to rush to your death? These warriors are very powerful. And Vegeta's like, no, they're not. They're not that much of a threat. And he says, well, if you don't really think so, then why don't you further elaborate on that, Vegeta? And Vegeta says, well, it's simple. Deborah was really easy. I probably would have been able to beat him as long as I avoided his spit. Your friend Kibito just got careless, that's all. And Supreme Kai's like, is this true, Goku? And Goku says, yeah, he would have been a tough threat for us a while back. 7 years ago, there was this guy named Cell, but we can handle him now. And I'm like, wait, hold up, hold the phone. So you're telling me that Cell equals Deborah, and Deborah is weak? Wow, so that means that Vegeta and Goku have surpassed Cell by leaps and bounds, it seems like. And that's very, very scary. But as we get in the midst of this conversation, the magical beast Yakon appears, and he proceeds to try to fight Goku. But Babidi comments that he wants to send Yakon to his own dark world, so he'll have the advantage, and because he doesn't want the ship to be destroyed and Majin Buu to be awakened at half power. So he wants every bit of damage he can get, so he can basically unleash him at full power. So he does this, and it's to no avail. Yakon is still not able to touch Goku, and Goku demonstrates that even if he can't see Yakon, he can sense him. And even if he couldn't sense him, he could just go Super Saiyan, and he goes Super Saiyan, and he's like, see? Bright as day. And Yakon does something strange. He opens his mouth, and he seems to open up what seems to be a vacuum. He starts to suck everything in, and Goku's energy is one of these things, and it's apparent that this magical beast Yakon, as told by Supreme Kai, is an eater of light. He eats light. That's how he feeds. So Yakon is a very dangerous threat to Goku's Super Saiyan abilities, it seems like. But Goku is able to go back to Super Saiyan, and then they measure his energy. And his energy is at 3,000 Kili. I don't know what Kili is, and but apparently his Kili is like, what, at least 3 times that of Yakon at Super Saiyan. So Yakon's weak compared to Goku at Super Saiyan. It's made known. So basically, Yakon tries to eat his energy again, but Goku keeps letting him eat his energy. And you see Yakon starting to get full, that classic comic book, like anime and manga trope that, like, as soon as, like, well, not even a trope, it's a gag, that as soon as they start to suck in energy, they start to get weak, not weaker, they start to get fuller and fuller and fuller. This is kind of reminiscent of one of the 4 Saint Beasts in Yu Yu Hakusho, I can't remember his name, that tried to suck in Kuwabara's energy, but it was to no avail. So, and he got full, and he burst into a million pieces. And Yakon tries to do the same, but then Goku just goes like, "Ugh!" And he basically emits this huge surge of energy, and Yakon tries to absorb it all, but he blows up. And Vegeta says, so he's reached the next level of Super Saiyan as well. And Goku's like, well, we can go to the next floor. Whoopee! And that's where the episode essentially ends. Now, this week's episode was really somewhat of a disappointment. I think that this episode could have been much better executed. But, I mean, I just think that it's a problem of the manga itself. And I don't even think it's a problem. It's just a nitpick I have that it's really just, it really just amazes me how these villains, the main villains that they're fighting right now, are basically being amounted to cannon fodder. They're just soldiers at this point. They have no real sense of, they add no real sense of danger. So I don't know what can save the day at this point, but I hope it's something good. But in general, this episode was action-packed, and it wasn't a bad episode. It was just, it was lackluster in the fact that fights were short, and they really didn't have any sort of real substance to them. It was obvious who was going to win before they won it. But that's pretty much a lot of Dragon Ball fights if you go look back at them, if they're meant for comedy, which these were obviously. So, yeah, this has been your resident Dr. Senbei Norimaki, otherwise known as Dr. Slump. I hope you guys liked the video. Like, rate, comment, subscribe if you did. And I'll catch you guys next week for another Dragon Ball Kai episode review. Peace. Have a great day.